I'm Jake. So happy to be here with you all today.
Yes, it's always great to have you with us. And today we have a super practical and helpful topic, one that's perfect for all English learners.
That's right. We're going to talk about something that everyone does every day, your morning routine.
Oh, I love this topic. It's full of real life vocabulary, the kind of English you use every single day. It's perfect for beginners.
And don't forget, if you enjoy learning with us, make sure to follow our podcast, share it with a friend who's learning English, and leave us a nice review. That really helps us grow.
Absolutely. So today's episode is going to be all about morning routines, how to talk about them in English step by step.
And we'll learn a lot of new words and useful phrases together. Let's get started.
Let's start with the first thing we all do in the morning, waking up.
Yes, and in English, we often say, I wake up at, and then the time.
For example, I wake up at 7 o'clock, or I usually wake up around 6:30.
The word around means it's not exact. Maybe a little before or after.
And after we wake up, what do most people do?
We turn off our alarm, that noisy alarm clock, right?
Yes, exactly. You can say, I turn off my alarm, or even, I hit the snooze button. That means you want to sleep a little more.
And then maybe you stay in bed for a few minutes. You might stretch your arms and legs. That's called stretching.
Stretching feels so good in the morning, so you might say, I wake up at 7, turn off my alarm, and stretch in bed.
Try saying that out loud with us. I wake up at 7, I turn off my alarm. I stretch in bed.
Good job. That's a great start to your morning routine.
Now that you're out of bed, what do you usually do next?
For most people, the next step is going to the bathroom to freshen up.
Yes, you can say, I go to the bathroom. I brush my teeth. I wash my face. I take a shower.
Let's put that into a little story. I get out of bed. I go to the bathroom. I brush my teeth and take a shower. And after your shower, you might dry yourself with a towel. You can say, I dry myself.
Nice. You can also say, have a shower. In British English, that's very common. Then it's time to get dressed. I get dressed means you put on your clothes for the day.
Let's say it together. I brush my teeth. I take a shower. I dry myself. I get dressed.
Very well done.
Next comes my favorite part of the morning, breakfast.
Same here. I love breakfast. Let's talk about how to describe it in English.
Here are some useful phrases. I make breakfast. I eat toast and eggs. I drink coffee. I have cereal with milk.
You can also say, I usually have oatmeal and tea. Or, I don't eat breakfast. I just drink water.
Have here means eat or drink, so I have breakfast means you eat or drink something in the morning.
Let's hear a full example. I make a cup of coffee and toast. I have my breakfast while I check my phone.
And the word while means you're doing two things at the same time. I eat breakfast while I watch the news.
Let's practice together. I eat breakfast at 8 o'clock. I drink coffee and have toast.
Great work.
Let's talk more about getting dressed. This is a very useful part of the routine.
Yes, you might say, I choose my clothes. I put on a t-shirt and jeans. I wear comfortable clothes.
Put on means to wear something. You can say, I put on my socks and shoes.
Here's a small example. After my shower, I put on clean clothes. I wear a white shirt and blue jeans.
You can also say, I get dressed for work. Or, I get dressed for school.
Let's repeat. I get dressed. I put on my clothes. I wear a jacket and shoes.
Excellent. You're doing great.
So after we're dressed and we've had breakfast, what's next?
Now it's time to prepare for the day, especially if you're going to school or work.
Exactly. You might say, I pack my bag. I check my phone. I take my wallet and keys. I get ready to leave.
Those are great phrases. Here's a little routine. I brush my teeth, grab my bag, and put on my shoes. Then I leave the house.
Yes, and when you say grab my bag, it just means you take it quickly before going out.
And don't forget, I lock the door. I say goodbye to my family. These are small but useful phrases.
Let's repeat together. I pack my bag. I take my keys and wallet. I leave the house.
Perfect. You're building a full routine now.
Now let's talk about how you go to work or school.
Yes, this is about transportation, how you travel.
You can say, I take the bus. I drive to work. I ride my bike. I walk to school.
Very common phrases. For example, I leave my house at 8, I take the bus to work. It takes 30 minutes.
Good one. The phrase, it takes 30 minutes, means the time it needs to arrive.
You can also say I get to work at 8:30 or I arrive at school around 9.
Arrive is a great verb to learn. It means you reach the place.
Let's say it together. I take the bus. It takes 30 minutes. I arrive at work at 8:30.
Nice job. Let's keep going.
Now that you've arrived at work or school, what do you do?
Let's describe it in simple steps. You might say, I start working. I open my laptop. I read emails. I attend a class. I take notes.
Yes, here's a small example. I arrive at work and start working right away. I check my emails and attend meetings.
Or for students, I arrive at school, go to class, and take notes during the lesson.
Nice! Attend means to be present at something, like a class or a meeting.
Take notes means writing important things down.
Let's practice this one. I arrive at school. I go to class. I take notes and listen to the teacher.
Excellent. You sound like a native speaker already. All right, now it's time for lunch.
Yay, everyone loves lunch. Let's learn how to talk about it.
You can say, I have lunch at 12. I eat with my coworkers. I bring lunch from home. I eat in the cafeteria.
A cafeteria is a place to eat inside a school or office. It's like a food hall.
And if you eat with friends, you might say, we chat during lunch, or we relax during our break.
Let's give a small story. I have lunch at noon. I eat in the cafeteria with my friends. We talk and relax.
Great. Let's practice that together. I eat lunch at 12. I eat with my friends. We chat during lunch.
Well done, you're learning real-life English.
So after a busy day, it's time to go back home.
Yes, we can say, I finish work at 5. I leave school at 3. I go home by bus. I walk home if the weather is nice.
If you walk home, it's great exercise. You can also say, I get home at 6. I feel tired after work. I relax on the sofa.
Here's a sample routine. I finish work at 5, I take the bus home. I get home around 5:30 and relax on the couch.
Let's say it together. I finish work. I go home by bus. I relax on the sofa.
That sounds like a relaxing evening.
All right, let's move into the evening part of your routine. After work or school, most people get hungry again. It's time for dinner.
Yes, you can say, I cook dinner. I eat around 7 p.m. Sometimes I order food. I eat with my family.
Let's build a little story. After I relax for a bit, I cook dinner. I usually eat rice and vegetables around 7:30.
That sounds healthy. You might also say, I eat dinner alone or I eat with my parents.
And after dinner, you can say, I wash the dishes. I clean the kitchen. I put the food away.
Yes, very useful phrases. Now let's try it together. I cook dinner. I eat around 7. Then I wash the dishes.
Great job. That's your evening starting to take shape.
Now let's talk about relaxing in the evening, one of my favorite parts of the day.
Mine too. Here are some phrases you can use. I watch TV. I read a book. I talk to a friend. I check my social media.
You can also say, I go for a walk. I listen to music. I call my parents.
Let's try an example. After dinner, I read a book and relax on the sofa. Sometimes I watch a movie.
Very relaxing. And sometimes people do more than one thing. I listen to music while I read. Or I watch a show and text my friends at the same time.
Let's practice. I watch TV. I listen to music. I relax on the sofa.
Nice. Learning English can be relaxing too, right?
Now let's get ready for bed. This part of the day helps you wind down and sleep well.
Here are some helpful actions to say in English. I brush my teeth. I take a shower. I put on my pajamas. I turn off the lights.
You can also say, I set my alarm for the next day. I check my phone one last time. I get into bed.
Let's hear a short example. I brush my teeth. I put on my pajamas. I set my alarm and go to bed.
Or I take a warm shower, then I read a little and fall asleep around 10:30.
Let's try together. I get ready for bed. I brush my teeth. I go to sleep at 10.
Excellent. You've got a full day of English routines now. And that brings us to the end of today's episode. What a journey through the day.
Yes, from waking up all the way to going to bed. You now know how to describe your entire daily routine in English.
And it's not just about memorizing words, it's about using them in your life, your speech, and your writing. And don't forget, you can always come back and listen to this episode again for practice.
So try talking about your routine every day. Maybe record yourself or share it with a friend. If you liked today's episode, please share it with your friends. Subscribe to the English Pro podcast and leave us a comment.
And tell us, what's one thing you do every morning that makes you feel happy?
We'd love to hear from you. Until next time.
Keep practicing your English. Bye-bye.